Hello and welcome to the UPSC Quick Revision series. Today, we will break down one of the most technical yet crucial aspects of the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, the distinction between compulsory and the voluntary provisions. While the amendment aimed to create a uniform framework for Panchayati Raj institutions across India, it simultaneously preserved the federal principle by granting states a degree of flexibility. In this session, we will clearly differentiate between what states are constitutionally bound to implement and what they may choose to implement, an area of frequent focus in both prelims and the mains. To begin with, compulsory provisions are mandatory for all the states and form the core institutional framework of the Panchayati Raj system. These provisions ensure the very existence and the structure of the local self-government. They include the organization of the Gram Sabha and the establishment of the three-tier system at the village, intermediate and the district levels. Importantly, the Act mandates that all seats in the Panchayat at every level must be filled through direct elections, and it fixes the minimum age for contesting Panchayat elections at 21 years. Further, strengthening the autonomy of these institutions, the Act provides for a fixed 5-year tenure for all the panchayats. In case a panchayat is dissolved prematurely, fresh elections must be conducted within the 6 months, ensuring continuity in the democratic governance. Additionally, every state is constitutionally required to establish a state election commission to conduct panchayat elections and a state finance commission every 5 years to recommend principles governing the distribution of the financial resources between the state and the panchayats. In the contrast, voluntary provisions grant discretion to the state legislatures, reflecting the federal spirit embedded in the amendment. These provisions allow states to adapt the Panchayati Raj system according to the local political and administrative conditions. For example, granting representation and voting rights to MPs and MLAs in the Panchayat meeting is optional. Similarly, the reservation for the other backward classes, that is OBCs, is left to the discretion of the individual states. Most significantly, the actual devolution of the 29 subjects listed in the 11th schedule, that is the transfer of the functions, is also a voluntary provision. When viewed side by side, a clear pattern emerges. Compulsory provisions focus on the structure, continuity and the democratic existence of panchayats, whereas voluntary provisions relate to their empowerment, inclusion and the functional autonomy. This distinction is particularly important and is frequently tested in the UPSC Prelims. The impact of this design has been mixed. On the one hand, compulsory provisions have entered the era of the election holidays, ensuring that local body elections are held regularly across the country. On the other hand, since the devolution of the powers remains voluntary, progress has been uneven. States like Kerala have empowered panchayats through extensive devolution, while in many other states, panchayats continue to function merely as implementing agencies lacking real control over the 3 Fs, that is, funds, functions, and functionaries. Now, it's time to test your knowledge. For prelims, identify which of the following is a voluntary provision under the 73rd Amendment. And for the mains, analyze how the discretionary nature of the certain provisions has affected democratic decentralization in India. Feel free to share your answers in the comments and let us know which topic you would like us to revise next in the UPSC Quick Revision series.